It worked for me. What is your favorite fast food? Are chicken wings fast food? Chicken wings are fucking amazing. You know what I like? Press 1 if kebab is goated. Kebab with some rice, veggie. Kebab, yeah. Yep. You don't like kebab? If I have to eat out, I prefer to eat things that are not complete dog shit. I prefer Whole Foods. Like, when you eat a cheeseburger from McDonald's, you feel like you're just eating some sort of, like, kindergarten creation. Like, mashed together with fucking Play-Doh and, like, glue. It's just fake food. So I'd rather eat the rice, the whole food veggies, pieces of chicken, beef, you know, just stuff like that. How can you not like meat on a stick? True. And it is even worse that you feel like you're ripped off, yeah. I think in the last, like, maybe before this event, so 3 months ago, roughly, me and my brother had gone to McDonald's, and for 2 people to eat at McDonald's, it was like $40. Which is fucking disturbing. Yeah, it's 40 Canadian dollars. Let's go grave support. Yeah, $40. 40 Canadian. Which is still a lot of fucking money. That's a lot of money, though. That's a lot of money, dude. For how many people? 2 people. It's really just trash. 30 euros for 2 people? It's not worth it, man. You know what? Hey, you do you. If you want to go eat McDonald's, awesome. Do whatever you want. That's your choice, your body. I think the older I get, the more I realize that, like, I shouldn't be looking at stuff like this. And I've been eating more whole foods lately. I've had a lot of nuts. I've had veggies, fruits. What I want to get into is eating salmon. I really want to go start eating fish again. Fish is awesome. Salmon is good. Salmon periodically I think would be fine. I think it's a little pricey, but it's better than eating McDonald's. If I'm going to buy a $20 McDonald's meal, I'll buy a piece of salmon. I'll buy a bunch of salmon, right? Like, fish is good, though. I should really get back into fish. Like cod, whatever it may be. Salmon. Chicken. Bro, rotisserie chickens? Oh, my God. I could eat... I'm a fiend. I could sit down and eat an entire rotisserie chicken with nothing. Nothing else. You go to Costco and you get a rotisserie chicken for fucking 10 Canadian. 10 Canadian. And you just sit there and you eat it. You eat it with your hands, like a caveman. No? $10? What is the actual point in playing League? We're playing League right now for YouTube content. The editors need videos. I've got other games to play that I do want to get through because we're almost at Dark Souls. Not Dark Souls, Elden Ring. We are playing League right now for the editors. Because they want to put out 2 videos a day. So, realistically, if you want the objective... If you want the objectively... The objective truth to playing League... The objective truth is that you enjoy it. You do it because you like it. Everything else is fake. Like, if you sit here and say, I'm addicted, that's not a true way of enjoying a game. You know, I like League. I enjoy playing League, but I don't enjoy it all day. Like, you can't sit here and tell yourself, oh my God, I'm so addicted, I'm having so much fun. It's like, you know what? Actually, you know, fair enough. Let me think this through. If you are addicted to League, you still probably enjoy it to a degree. Is that correct? You should start a chicken rotisserie food truck. That'd be good. That'd be cool. For the sake of gaming, I don't think you do it out of pure misery. Even addictions are fun in this game. To a degree. Right? Correct? Well, I'm not talking about drugs and whatnot. We're talking about playing a game. You don't think so? Still wouldn't change a thing? Hey, you do you, bro. Whatever you like eating, that's fine. For the sake of me, I mean, I would eat fucking bird food. I would eat horse grains and oats. I would eat the dirt that the grass fucking grows out of. I don't mind eating whole foods. Like, whatever it may be. I mean, who doesn't like whole foods? I think the reason maybe just lies in, like, it might not taste as good. It might not taste as good, maybe. You know, typically, if you want, I'm addicted to sugar. Sugar is so trash. I've actually, you know what? I think I've consciously just gotten out of sugar. You know, sometimes you autopilot like, oh, that looks good, I want some. I think I've thought it through so many times that I'm just kind of like, I'm done with sugar completely. I don't know. I don't like, everyone likes desserts, but I don't actively go out of my way to kind of get them, you know? Ivana's really into sugar. I'm trying to get her off it. Ivana likes sugar. Yeah, she'll sometimes buy herself like a $30 box of fucking like blow pops from Amazon. And I'm just like, you don't do this. Don't do this, lady. Don't do this. Sugar's not good. No, you know, you get a everyone gets addicted to something. And, you know, people have sweet tooths and whatnot, but that is really just, I don't know, it's not for me. My girlfriend loves sugar, too. It's not a crime. Bro, it's not a crime to be happy. Unless being a criminal is how you're happy. That's a different story. It's, hey, go eat what you want to eat. That's up to you. I'm not going to sit here and say anything. I'm not a fucking dietitian. I'm nothing. All I'm saying is, over the years, I've had my fair share of dog shit food, sweet food, all this stuff, and I'm almost 30, spending fucking 15 hours a day, 16 hours a day here, and I've thought through it a little bit more. You know, I've been actively using my brain to think about healthier options. So, that's all I'm saying. You do you, man. If you want to go have McDonald's, go for it, man. Even exercise. I've thought about exercising a lot more. New Legacies. A whole year. Thanks, buddy. It says, it's been 1 year since I moved from watching the YouTube videos to watching the stream. The stream content has made consuming air so much more fun as of late. Hey, Legacies, thank you, man. That's a weird way to put it, but thank you. Older than 30. I'm 28. Okay. He says he enjoys consuming air more because of the stream. That's excellent. We beat the demon, yeah. We are completely done, Sekiro, folks. We're done. That's it. What the hell? Yasuo OTP arc. It's not even Yasuo, it'd be Yone. Yone is... That is literally... Yone is literally just Sekiro. That's what that guy is. He's 100% Sekiro. I mean, apparently the guy who made Yone said he took inspiration from Sekiro, so yeah. We did beat Sekiro. We are done. We moved on. I gave Sekiro an 8.59. Yeah, 8.59. Highest ranked game so far would be like Alan Wake 2, Subnautica, Alien Isolation. Maybe those three. And remember, that's subjective. That is completely subjective. It's just my opinion. Okay. Dredge was fine. The story to Dredge was good. The gameplay got way too tedious. We've got Firewatch next. It is factually correct, what my opinions. You know, I'm sure people out there think Sekiro is like the perfect game. Subjectively, it's just not my thing. In terms of... I'm not really big into, like, Japanese mythology. I think mythology is very cool in general, but... For me, it was... I feel like I wanted slightly more out of the game. Just a little bit more. Do I like Lies of P or Sekiro more? I'm gonna go with... I'm gonna say... Sekiro. I'm gonna say Sekiro. So that's kind of a no-brainer. Sekiro? I think I prefer... You know what? I may be having second thoughts. At the beginning of Sekiro, I was like... I kind of prefer the aesthetic of Lies of P, where it's this, like... I should be dead now. Okay. You know, this big industrial, old... English setting, whatever you want to call that. I don't know the terminology. But I don't know. Sekiro was cool. I think I liked it maybe a little bit more than Lies of P for its setting, crazily enough. The Victorian era, whatever it is. Victorian steampunk, something like that. Yeah. It's cool, but having beaten Sekiro and Lies of P, I mean, Sekiro overall being based around mythology and whatnot, like, that's cool. You rated Lies of P higher than Sekiro? I would say... Well, I mean, you know what, though? That was the first Souls game I've played, so my rating would be probably a little bit higher than it should. Having played all the other Souls games so far, through, like, Dark Souls and Sekiro, I think the Lies of P rating would go down by 0.5. I would say Sekiro deserves to be at a higher rating than Lies of P. For sure. For sure. For sure. Okay. And, you know, I've been pretty generous with titles as well. I've been really, really generous with ratings. And that's mainly just because I've enjoyed pretty much all the games we've played, right? So, like, I don't know. It's hard to rate something so shittily if it's not actually shit. Okay. Okay. You know what? Lies of P really is just... If you've played Sekiro, if you've played Dark Souls, Elden Ring, whatever, you'll like Lies of P because it's just the same fucking thing with different aspects from each game. Like, yeah. It deserves to be less than those games, though, because it is just taking what those games did well and just kind of reskinning it. To a degree. Okay. I like Lies of P. Or, sorry, I like Sekiro, but did not like Lies of P. I liked them all. I thought they were fun. Alerts are off, yeah. Okay. Forcing the editors to make Graves gameplay content. I mean, I want to play Graves. Bro, I'm playing Graves bot lane. 80 carry. Physical damage dealer. Man sucker. I did see the updates, yeah. We talked about it earlier. Man sucker. I'm not going to be doing a... No 24-hour stream. No. The one thing I will not do is ruin my sleep schedule, because that sleep schedule is the reason I'm even able to be here 16 hours a day. So there's no way. Well, Sekiro is very fluid. Yeah, it's a very, very fluid thing. You know what? I will still say this, and I'll stand by it, because I've played every Souls game outside of Elden Ring so far. Sekiro had the best combat of any of the games. Better than Lies of P, better than the Dark Souls trilogy. From the games I've played, it was #1. That's just what it is. Would I like to see that combat? Okay, I haven't played Bloodborne. Is it better than Bloodborne? I don't know. In my opinion, that's what matters. I still prefer Dark Souls. I still do prefer Dark Souls, so... People spam the block. You know what was interesting? I was under the impression while playing Sekiro that I had to use the block button. Or sorry, not use the block button. That I had to use only perfect parries. That's what I didn't realize. Like so like further into the game is that you could block. You could block in Sekiro and it's not a bad thing. I was under the impression everything you did was perfect parry. Perfect parry. Always, non-stop. And it should be, because that's how you know, actually take off, stance meter and whatnot. But, I don't know. I thought it was that way. I never read it, so I'm like, whatever, fuck it. Kind of like the same thing in Dark Souls when you use a shield. And I figured the shield would kind of, like, cuck you in some way, but it really doesn't. It's more beneficial to just use it than not. It is still more beneficial to block in Sekiro than to not block. You can recover poise by holding block, yeah. Yeah. Play Wukong, I bet you. No, we've already got games sorted, man. We're not playing Wukong. Not anytime soon. We've just finished Sekiro. There is no chance of Wukong. Not anytime soon, brother. Not anytime soon. More poise on graves. Every game that we've got locked in right now, guys, if you want to suggest me games, don't come here and say, play this game! Play this game! I'll donate you my fetuses and my babies! I'll name my children after you! Please play this game! It's like, guys, post it in the Discord, and we'll talk about it from the Discord. No, I don't want your fetuses. I don't want your fucking babies, bro. You got a dumpster. Throw them in there. I have got games locked in for, like, the next 1,000-ish. After Elden Ring is secured, we'll talk about 5 different games. So if you, again, you got suggestions, put them in the Discord, bro. If you got suggestions, put them in the Discord. For 16.5, I will be picking 5 separate games. Preferably from different genres, not like, you know, oh, 5 horror games, 5 action games, whatever it may be. I will most likely do kind of 1 to 2 of each genre, maybe. 1 of each genre. How about 2 orange chocolates? Chocolate oranges. That is the correct way. I think it is. Instead of giving you the same, like, you know, generic, oh, we've got scary games. You know, people like scary games, don't get me wrong, but there's more to life than scary games. Like, for God's sake, we've played League for fucking 12 years. This is like psychological horror. Why did they camp me bot lane with, like, perma reganks? I don't get it. I'm Graves 80 carry. I'm not even useful, even when ahead. Maybe a cooking stream in the future. I thought we'd do it for 15.5, but then that just didn't happen. Anime Titan decided a few things. So maybe later. You don't even do damage, brother. God damn. God damn, brother. I got no damage. Okay. What I will do after this game is actually update the games list of everything we gotta finish. Okay. Because we're kind of... We're closing in on finishing up a few things. Just be Anime Titan and you could dictate the game's lol. Everyone agreed that day. There was a day when he came by and, you know, really threw us a few things. People did actually say, you know, that's fine, just do it, man. I don't think it was a problem. Okay. Yo, code naming. Thank you, man. I thought it was fair. Listen, bro donated fucking, like, 2,000 plus goddamn subs! 1,000,000 bits! God forbid he's got 1 suggestion. He does deserve, yeah, for sure. And you know what? He did use the Discord to kind of figure those out, too. It wasn't just kind of, you know, oh, this is what I want to see. It's like, he went through suggestions. Some of them were his own, and that's fine. He sponsors the stream. Yeah, we're doing all 5. Ghost of Yotai. Is that like a scary game? I've never heard of it. He did hit 3 whole sub goals himself in 30 days. Yeah, he kind of did. Oh, it's the same as Tsushima? Okay, probably not. After playing Sekiro, I think I'm kind of done with that stuff for now. I don't dislike it, I'll tell you that. If anything, Sekiro made me appreciate, like, Japanese mythology, I guess, more. I never really knew it too much until, you know, seeing a bit of the game. Look at this. What the hell? Dev update was good, yeah. Sekiro is the least bullshit of any Souls game. There's a few jank hitboxes, but yeah, mostly. I killed the demon, yep. Ionian streamer. Sekiro turned him into a weeb. Not true, but Sekiro is a badass game. I'm not gonna cope. Sekiro is a badass game. That's an awesome game. And you know what's so great about it? Is you can understand what the fuck's going on. Kind of, mostly. Finish work for a couple more days so I can watch properly. Well, we've got a few different games coming up. What is that shield? Are you talking about Karma Shield? Sekiro is fair, Dark Souls is cheese. I will disagree, there is cheese in Sekiro. You can cheese bosses. I actually think the #1 boss that I did cheese was Ishin. Ishin was kind of a cheeser of a boss, a little bit. And that's crazy, because he was like the final boss of the game. Yo, boo! I have no clue what that fight was even supposed to be. Bloodborne? If anything, it won't be soon. 250 attempts worth of cheese. I mean, I still stand by, like, second phase Ishin being just so stupid. Like, it's very, very interesting once you've broken down the AI of the game. Because I don't want to look at Sekiro and say, you know what? You're not defeating a boss, you're defeating an AI. You're not defeating a person, you're defeating a formula. You know, but that's kind of just what it is. It's a formula, right? Like Ishin, everything in a game is designed to be a certain way, right? Patterns, phases where they back up purposefully, where they do this and that. Like, it's all coded into the game. And once you know that coding, it's just kind of like, that is every game. Literally every game. Every PvE game. You beat the code, exactly. It still is very satisfying, but for the sake of Ishin, what kind of... Except for Subnautica, that game is perfect, you're right. For the sake of Ishin, there was a weird, like... Oh, that's really fair. There was a weird, Phase 2... I don't even do anything, bro. There was a weird Phase 2 interaction where what you would do is, as long as you block Ishin's first attacks, or you hit him twice with 2 auto attacks, he is forced repeatedly into an animation that has one of 3 outcomes. That right there, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's a bit weird, you know, but it's like, well, what else would you do? I guess that's the boss fight, though. It is what it is. It's a bit meta. Is that what people do these days? Big 4-0. Hey, Moya, thank you so much. Or Suna Moya. 40 months. It does take a few attempts to learn stuff like that, yeah. For sure. You know what? Who was the most... I I don't know if Ishin was, like, my favorite boss battle. I'm still gonna say Owl. But... I feel like Ishin's a bit slower. Owl Father. Second one, for sure. Or wait, sorry, is Father in the Vision? Is it the Vision boss? That's called a moveset, and you learned it. I don't know. You know what's stupid, though? I feel like I just expected more from him. Right? If this Ishin guy was so crazy and, you know, successful, and his lust for blood was never satiated, and, you know, he took over kingdoms and whatnot, whatever his lore was. And then he's just kind of like, doing a few things. It did take me, okay, it took me 10 hours. I just think maybe a few different moves. I don't know, maybe Phase 2 was cool. Phase 2 was great. He had a Glock. Yeah, he did have a Glock. Inner Ishin. You want 10 more hours. I mean, the Ishin fight was very fucking iconic. I'm not going to say it wasn't. From the field to, like, his moveset to who he was, all that stuff is very memorable. I'm just thinking, for the sake of the phases, in hindsight, he doesn't feel kind of as crazy as I thought he'd be, you know? It's just an opinion, bro. With Ishin is that you can force him into a certain animation, and it doesn't feel like you're playing versus an entity, but rather a moveset. Exactly. But you know what? I mean, how do you make the game any different? You just can't. You can't make the game any different. It's just the way it is. That's what I was talking about, like, AI in gaming. Not like, oh my god, we gotta go make all the art AI, but like for the sake of computer learning, you know, whatever it may be, where you can take what a player's doing and kind of like work with that in making enemies come to life. Like, that would be interesting. And I'm sure apparently it's in a few games, but how satisfying would that be? I have no clue, but you know, something more lively, right? You don't want to give computers life. When they're sentient and they know things, I mean, you've got fucking Skynet. But for the sake of, like, feeling like you're in a game... You know what, though? I will say this. Let me say this. When I was in Subnautica, I'm going to compare Subnautica to fucking Sekiro. Everything felt very natural in Subnautica. Maybe it's just because you sometimes don't interact with it as much. But, like, if you want to look at Ishin, and when you fight Ishin, and you're locking him into animations that he's forced to do, yes, you're fighting a moveset. But when you're swimming around the oceans of Subnautica, and you've seen things float around and scurry away, whatever it may be, everything feels very fluid. Right? I don't know. I don't know how you'd create that feeling in Sekiro. I don't think that's possible. But I don't know. AI algorithm... I mean, look, Ishin with a few different things would be... Because you're in water, duh! Well, all I'm saying is... certain entities in games feel a little bit more alive, I suppose, but... We have frequent uploads on the second channel. I think that boss made you traumatized. Armored Core is going to be interesting. I don't think I've ever seen what that game is. Animals in Subnautica versus Ishin! One just doesn't make me feel like I'm fighting someone coded. You know, one just makes me feel like I'm living there and I'm working against them, working around them. The other one's just kind of like, Sekiro, I will do this moveset 10 times. You must defeat my moveset 10 times to defeat me. But then again, you know, oh my god. I guess that's every boss ever. Even in Dark Souls, shit like that, right? I know they're different games, I know. I know. It's just my thoughts. I played Subnautica for like 60 hours now. How long did Sekiro take? Does anyone know? Maybe 45 hours? And a fourth of that was like Ishin? Maybe 50 hours, maybe? I can't really check my my Steam because it's got the sleeping in there as well. I never turned the game off. $10 hours of mashing. I mean, they hurt after that, for sure. I started Saturday. Where did we... What day is it today? Is today Tuesday? Wednesday, for fuck's sake. So it took Saturday, Sunday, 5 days. 5 days? Fucking hell. You're talking like 60 plus hours. 65 hours? Maybe a bit less. I'm gonna say Sekiro took 60 hours to beat, which I think is right on par with, like, Dark Souls. But then Dark Souls had DLC. Like, for God's sake, Ishin alone is, like, the amount of time it took for one DLC in Dark Souls. I'm fucking dead, bud. No, I'm not doing alerts right now. What is AC? Okay. Don't leave it. Oh, Armored Core? Well, I'll decide. I have no clue. All I know is we're doing Firewatch today. I'm not going to leave it for last. Considering up next would be Elden Ring, it's not going to be last. Yeah, Grave sucks. This is not a good champ for bot lane, just saying. Okay. I've got no clue, buddy. I don't manage the videos. Whatever they want to do is what they do.